I'm sure we can all agree that it's not often we get to discuss OG projects which have been around since the early years of blockchain. So today I'm happy to say that we'll be looking at a project that I've really wanted to cover on this channel for quite some time. A project that's been making big strides recently, such as integrations with the Binance stablecoin, a lightning fast, low cost NFT platform, Ethereum interoperability, and much more, which we will discuss all in this video. The blockchain we're going to be discussing is called Syscoin. Now, I've seen a number of YouTube videos and I feel like some of the information there is either dated or incorrect. So let's get up to speed. First of all, I want to say that all the features we're going to be discussing make use of Syscoin's proprietary transaction protocol. Z-DAG has been independently tested by Whiteblock and shows to offer up to 60,000 transactions in a controlled test environment. And with this, the cost of each transaction is almost negligible, costing around 1 cent per transaction. These two factors make it extremely easy and cheap to use, something we all need in these desperate times of congested networks and astronomical fees. We know exactly the blockchain I'm talking about. So let's discuss the actual features of these projects. Now, many investors keep a close eye on blockchain platforms that implement NFT capabilities, but as an investor, it's actually more reliable to look at the blockchains which provide the NFT launch pads. And in my opinion, Syscoin seems like the front runner in this. Their blockchain provides all the important benefits such as scalability, opt-in compliance, low fees, and of course security. So by this, Syscoin is able to give any NFT project the most reliable blockchain to launch on. So another really unique feature a lot of people seem to miss is the divisible ownership of the non-fungible tokens. So what this allows for the owner of the tokens is to keep up with the demand and issue a portion of a single non-fungible token. So this capability is specific to the creator. So during the creation process of the NFT, you can choose how much the specific NFT is divisible by, which allows it to keep its unique nature but be divided between a number of people. Now, many of you might ask yourself, what's the actual real world use for NFTs? And to be honest, I think many of you might be surprised. There's quite a lot of use cases, but the fact is that this side of the blockchain industry is very new. So it's definitely something you should be keeping an eye out for. Collectibles are currently the most widely used NFTs, such as the infamous CryptoKitties. I'm not sure if any of you remember, but when they came out, you were able to collect collectible cats on the Ethereum blockchain, and the Ethereum blockchain literally crashed because of this. So also many games such as card games and collectible games allow you to utilize NFTs, although there's not really many advanced ones at the moment. But in my opinion, the best use cases for NFTs are not yet explored enough. For example, real world assets, gold, and land. This is where I think NFTs will really shine in the future. As property becomes more digitally owned, companies will eventually move over to the blockchain to assign owner rights through NFTs. So as mentioned, this part of the industry is pretty new. So any project that is focusing on non-fungible tokens, non-fungible launchpads and platforms are going to be the front runners, and they're going to be the go-to projects for businesses trying to utilize NFTs in the future. And Syscoin is doing exactly that. They're bringing the simplicity, the security, and the compliance models. And this is exactly what businesses in the future will be looking towards. So it's definitely something to consider. Now, speaking about compliance and regulations, I think a feature a lot of investors and even users of Syscoin have really missed out on is the fact that they've developed an on-chain compliance system for transactions, which is perfect for regulatory compliance rules and any business who are basically subject to them. Now, the way this feature works is that when an asset is created, you'll be able to opt in for it. So what you'll be able to do is to cryptographically verify non-custodial ownership through this public blockchain, which has all the security of Bitcoin, because Syscoin is backed by Bitcoin. So turning this feature on means you can continue your operations without breaching local compliance laws, which is just huge. Now let's move on to interoperability, a word which I hate, but it's one of the most important ideas in the industry at the moment. Unless you've been living under a rock, we all know that there's really big issues with the Ethereum blockchain in the moment. And of course, the main ones are scalability and fees. It's difficult for any of us investing, let's say $100, $200, even $1,000 to justify an $80, $100 or even more transaction fee. So this is where the Syscoin bridge comes in. So this bridge essentially acts as a two-way route between the Ethereum and the Syscoin blockchains. So what you can do is you can move your Ethereum ERC20 tokens over to the Syscoin blockchain and utilize their cheap fees and high transaction throughput, and then move it back when you're ready to utilize the Ethereum smart contracts, for example. So at any time you can go either way, and it's just the perfect solution for the Ethereum scalability and fee problems. Even Binance themselves have noticed this unique operation, and what they've said is that their stablecoin BUSD will use the Syscoin's platform token SPT model to enable easier transactions. I'll leave a video down below of the actual process and how it works, and I really suggest that you check it out. The big players are taking notice, and I think it's time for everybody to have a look into this as well. As a conclusion, I want to explain an aspect which many investors and traders miss when analyzing projects. And indeed, many projects neglect this when building and developing their platforms. And that is the approach they take to the value of their coin or token. So in my opinion, this is one of the most important reasons and one of the biggest reasons why some coins, some OG coins especially, are still around and others are not. So what Syscoin said is that their Syscoin token is a gas token, and it gives the coin Sys a much less speculative personality and introduces an economic incentive for ownership, utility, and actual usage. As mentioned, this is an OG coin, which means it's been around since the dawn of the industry. And personally, I have a huge respect for OG coins, and I've worked with a number of them, helping them with business development and current growth. And what they focus on quite a lot is not only themselves, but their community, their developers, and actually delivering products which are going to be beneficial to the industry, not as of right now, but in the future also. And by all of this, I mean that there's a lot of new projects that will come out, and there'll be a lot of new fads, new styles of projects, new ways to invest, but these won't be long-lived. There's a lot of projects which will die, but these OG coins, they're here to stay. They've been around here through the bear markets and the bull markets, and they have the experience, they have the developers, they have the community behind them to make sure that they're going to be alive for a very long time. So I strongly suggest you check out Syscoin. I hope this video has given you a better understanding of their NFT operations, the regulatory operations, and of course the bridge between Syscoin and Ethereum, which in my opinion is the most exciting part. I know they're going to be dropping Syscoin 4.2, which you should be keeping an eye out for. I'll leave all their links down below. Strongly suggest join their communities. But for today, this has been Crypto Beast, and I'll see you on the next one. All the best.